Hey guys, this is the Auto Enthusiast, and today we're looking at the 2012 Audi A6. This is the 3-liter turbo supercharged version. It's the premium sedan. This is a luxury vehicle. It has 310 horsepower and 325 pounds-per-feet of torque. It runs a 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds, and we're going to see what it's all about. Audi has changed the core layout of the A6 3 times. In the 90s and early 2000s, they were similar to the A4 and other models. This model is the same model as all A6s from 2009. That's the year where Audi came out with this new design layout. And I actually really like it. The other years were a little bland, you know. In the early 90s, they were kind of retro, and then in the early 2000s, they were just bland. They didn't really have much personality. And this new design and layout has a lot of personality and is a really nice car. The front to this sedan is quite nice. The grille is aggressive and the LEDs give it a nice professional look. When you see this premium sedan on the street, it truly looks like a sports sedan. And Audi has done a nice job with the visual branding because you will immediately know it's an Audi. The rear to this specific model is very sporty. The dual exhaust and overall layout gives it an aggressive look. With the perfect combination of curves and edges, Audi has created a unique premium luxury sedan with an aggressive and sporty look. Okay, so as you can see, the trunk space is massive. I apologize for the stuff, but it's huge. You can see a set of golf clubs, and it's not even like the golf clubs are in the upper half of the trunk. You could fit 2 more in there, and that's a fantastic thing. It is huge, it's deep, it's really far back, and you can put the seats down. It is just a fantastic trunk. But it's something you'd expect in such a large luxury sedan. Overall, it's great. Alright, so now we're getting into the Audi, and right off the bat, they have really nice heavy doors. I like heavy doors in cars. They close very nicely. Whenever you find cheap doors, it's like the first thing you notice, and Audi's done a nice job with the weight of their doors. Okay, so sitting in this A6 sedan, I'm very comfortable. It's a nice luxury sedan. I definitely get that feel from the interior. They've got really deep seats. I'm definitely in the seat. They're not sports bucket seats, but they kind of hug your body in the same way, and they're very comfortable. You've got a ton of adjustments with them, heating design. The overall interior is actually really nice. I was really surprised. It's a really upscale interior that I didn't really expect. You know, I've been in a lot of Audis and they're all luxury. They have that luxury feel, but this one's been like really perfected. It doesn't feel like the interior of like a sports car, even though it has this car has the performance of a sports car. But it's a nice upscale interior. I really have no complaints, and the layout is perfect. I'm very comfortable. The arm position here is comfortable with the adjustable headrest. It's very comfortable. Especially that it's an automatic, obviously, with a sports shifter. But like, if I were to be driving, just daily driving, this is a really comfortable car to sit in. Okay, so sitting in the back seat, I've sat in a lot of luxury sedans and luxury sporty sedans before, and this is by far the most comfortable back seat. I have a really deep seat. You know, this seat is pretty far back, and I have very good room. It's just really comfortable. I've got a lot of very nice climate control, heated back seats, which is a fantastic feature. But overall, I'm very comfortable, especially with the door closed. I'm nice and snug. I could definitely spend a lot of time in the back seat and be totally fine with it. The wheel is actually really nice. It's a really sporty wheel. It's nice leather wrapped. It has really nice stitching. I really like the grips. It's got a nice 10 and 3, nice controls, voice audio. Overall, it's a really nice wheel. It's something that I would like to see in many sports cars that they just don't have it. Now the gauges in this car are fantastic, especially for a German car. I find that a lot of German cars don't really have like sporty aggressive gauges, and this car has a really nice gauge system. You know, you really feel like you're in a sports car, which I like, and especially with that middle screen. It's a very large middle screen that you can actually get navigation, everything in, which is really nice. Overall, the gauges in the wheel are just a fantastic part of this car. Okay, so the interior is nice. You've got your screen here. You can actually keep this retracted in here, but we're going to take it out so you can take a look at it. Okay, so when you turn on the car, it will come out. It's a nice screen. It's very non-invasive. You know, a lot of screens, you're right away, you're like, oh, it's in my way, I can't see, or it takes a big part of the dashboard up. This is nice. It's also really close to the driver. It's also a nice screen. I have no complaints about it. It's very reliable, very responsive. So the layout here is kind of like, you really see this in a lot of German cars, especially old German cars, just the flat layout. I actually like it. The controls are actually really nice, very responsive, shows up on the screen. You've got your classic CD player, and you've got a multi-disc in the glove compartment, but no complaints here. It's overall a nice system. Now, the shifter knob is really nice. It's kind of like, it's not really sporty, but it's what you see in a luxury sedan. This whole setup, Audi is very consistent. All the cars have a similar setup for controlling navigation, media, the telephone, the radio, everything. It's very common. If you know how to use one, you'll know how to use another. And the parking brake is in a nice location. It's not in a weird location where you'll accidentally put it on or off. Okay, so space in this car is actually really nice. It's what you would see in a premium luxury sedan. The glove compartment is quite large. You got a lot of room. There's a lot of paper room in here. You also have your multi-disc CD changer, and that's a nice feature that it's tucked away in here. But you have a lot of room even with that. It's very deep. You can see my hands all the way in there. Your cup holder space is nice. They're very small. You've got a larger and a smaller and a larger. Yikes. The smaller can't really put much in it, but you see that with a lot of German cars. You got really small cup holders. So the glove compartment is nice. It's okay sized here, but it's nice that it also has a second space for smaller stuff, tire checkers, gum, you know. It's also an adjustable armrest. Overall space is quite nice. Initial reaction to driving the car is it has a different feel than what most sports cars feel like. The steering is very light. I don't really feel like I'm attached to the road with the steering, but it definitely feels like a luxury sedan. So if you're not looking to feel everything on the road, this is a nice car. But personally, I like to have a little bit heavier steering, especially with performance like this. I wouldn't say it's necessarily negative because it's very well balanced. I just think I don't feel the road as much as I would want to. Okay, so the turning in this car is quite nice, actually. It's very responsive. There's no real body sway. Overall, it's got really nice handling. You know, you can take some tight curves and not really feel like the car is leaning to one way. It's out of control. You feel like you've got control throughout the whole entire turn. And you can definitely come out of a turn with some acceleration. The feel of the road is actually pretty nice. You know, I am in New England, so there are potholes, and I'm feeling every pothole I hit, but it's kind of dulled out. You know, it's still a sport suspension, but you kind of get you feel the road, but you kind of have a little bit of an intermediate that kind of dulls it out. So if you hit something really hard, it kind of dulls it out, which is a good thing and a bad thing. You know, living in New England, I think it's a good thing. If I were on a track, no. But I think overall it's a positive, and that could just be locational and usage, but I don't think you're going to take this car on a track. So if you're looking at this car, I think the feel of the road is quite nice. So the braking is really nice. After a while of driving, you know, a lot of cars that I'm new to driving, I kind of get frustrated with the brakes just because I have to figure out how to use them and all that shenanigans. And I actually really like these. You know, I immediately after driving it, I know exactly how to use them. There's no learning curve, which has really surprised me, and it's very nice. And accelerating, you know, when I stomp on it, it moves. The car really moves. But when I want to have a nice, calm acceleration coming out of a stoplight, you know, it's a really very calm car. It's a very comfortable car, very refined interior. This car definitely embodies that luxury sedan. And now we're gonna see what the pickup's like, and see what the acceleration's like, and see what the sporty aspect of this car is all about. Okay, so we're gonna get up to where I can accelerate, you know. Slow down here, get this bad boy in sport mode. And we are in one. Alright, here we go. Alright, so this thing has some nice pickup. We are in New England, I can't speed. But yeah, this thing has some great pickup. I really got up there fast. You know, you can tell that this car has 310 horsepower and 325 pounds per feet of torque. It definitely has the 5.2 0 to 60. You know, accelerating there, I felt like I was in a sports coupe. You know, all of a sudden you hit the gas and you're like, it's almost like tunnel vision because you don't expect it from the sedan. You know, it's such a large car. It's I feel like I'm in a luxury sedan. I don't feel like I'm in a sports car. And then you hit the gas and it's all of a sudden it's like, wow, where did this come from? And that was really fun. So overall comfort in this car is quite nice. You know, I've spent a lot of time in the car right now, and I'm very comfortable. You know, with a lot of cars, you kind of like, your arms you might not have a place to put your arms, or your back might get a little sore. But like, there's a place to put my arms. I'm very comfortable. I definitely could see myself spending long periods of time in this car and not have any issue with it. And especially for a car that has a performance like this one does, that's just a great feature, you know, being able to spend a long period of time without getting sore, without like kind of being like, oh, I wish I could have my arm in a different place. I'm just very comfortable, like I can reach everything. The design layout that Audi has engineered is quite nice. We're kind of getting up to space where I can accelerate, which hopefully this will happen. There are kind of cars in the way. I'm gonna obnoxiously drive very slowly. People behind me are gonna hate me. I gotta clear some space so I can give this a little bit of acceleration. We're kind of getting up to the straightaway where I like to accelerate. Nearly there. People behind me are probably like, what is this guy doing? Why is he in an Audi and going so slow? Okay, get this bad boy in sport mode, and we're in 5th gear right now, and I'm gonna get us to 1st. All right, here we go. So yeah, this thing has some great acceleration, fantastic acceleration. I really low-end torque, you know, immediately hit the gas, and you're like, you feel the full power of the car. In a lot of the luxury sedans, you're not feeling the full power until you're in like the 5,000 RPMs, and you're like, what's going on? And you don't really know why you're not going. And especially in this sport mode, you're shifting really quickly, so there's no delay. It's like power all the way through, which is fantastic. Okay, I'm gonna slowly pull out of here. Yeah, sorry about that. There's a lot of snow. It snowed last night, as everyone can see throughout this video. Last little bit of acceleration here. So yeah, the performance, I just love it with this car. You know, you're getting you get consistent performance out of it. It's fantastic. I've enjoyed giving it gas a couple times. So overall, like my overall thoughts about this car, you know, I really like it. It definitely surprised me with the performance aspect. You know, I wasn't expecting what I'm getting out of it. You know, I would see the stats. You know, that it's got 310 horsepower and 325 pounds per feet of torque, and I would see that it goes 0 to 60 in 5.2 seconds. And you know, you see the car and you're just like, no way. You just don't expect that out of the actual car. And after driving it, I definitely felt like it was a performance car. You know, you really get a luxury sedan out of this car, and it's a very comfortable car. It's a nice ride, and overall, you know, if you don't want to give up a sports car, you know, this could be a good sedan, because I definitely feel like I'm sitting in luxury. You know, it's like every other luxury sedan that I've been in. You know, it's actually on the higher end. You know, it's on the upper end of luxury sedans that I've been in, and you know, I'm not giving up any performance. This would beat a lot of the lower end sports coupes, and I've got 4 doors, 4 or 5 comfortable seats, a massive trunk, and you know, this car would still beat a lot of sports coupes. So definitely, if you don't want to give up your coupe, or if you don't want to give up your just like sporty drive, this could be a sedan for you. Okay guys, I just want to say thanks for watching. I'm the auto enthusiast again. You know, comment, subscribe, like the video, give me some feedback, shoot me an email, let me know if you want me to review other cars. Yeah, any feedback is great. Let me know what you're thinking. Ask me questions. I do discussions. I can do car reviews. I'll do reviews on products. Just let me know. Thanks, guys.